Good evening, everyone. I'm Catherine N. Luna, pursuing my master's degree at Polytechnic University of the Philippines. Before I start the presentation, let me first extend my gratitude to EDCOR for allowing me to present my paper titled Challenging Behaviors of Learners in the Face-to-Face Classes During the School Year 2022-2023. The global shift to remote learning due to the COVID-19 pandemic has indeed necessitated significant changes for learners returning to in-person classrooms, impacting their psychological, social, and academic spheres. This study aimed to investigate the challenging behaviors emerging during this transition, offering insight for educators, policymakers, and stakeholders to design specific interventions and support systems. Ultimately, the research endeavors to cultivate inclusive and nurturing learning environments that prioritize the comprehensive well-being and development of all learners amidst this extraordinary educational paradigm. This study aimed to analyze the following. 1. What is the profile of the respondents in terms of age, sex, educational attainment, position or designation, and school type? 2. What are the learners' challenging behaviors as observed by teachers in terms of psychological, social, environmental, classroom management issues, and teachers' instruction? 3. What are the teachers' strategies in dealing with the learners' challenging behaviors? 4. Is there any significant difference in the assessed challenging behaviors of learners when they are grouped according to respondents' type of school? 5. Is there any significant difference in the assessed teacher strategies when they are grouped according to personal profile? To achieve the purpose of the study, the researcher employed the descriptive method. This approach is well suited for examining the challenging behaviors of learners as it allows researchers to observe these actions in their natural settings. By doing so, it helps identify distinct patterns and trends that can inform the development of tailored interventions and support strategies to meet the specific needs of learners. Additionally, the descriptive method can reveal underlying factors contributing to these behaviors, leading to more effective responses. Summary of findings, conclusions, and recommendations. Problem 1. What is the profile of the respondents in terms of age, sex, educational attainment, position or designation, and school type? Findings. Out of the 296 participants, 248 were female, accounting for 83.8%. Additionally, 138 participants, or 46.6%, fell within the age bracket of 31 to 40 years old, while 160 participants, or 54.1%, had taken units towards a master's degree. Furthermore, 135 participants, or 45.6%, held a Teacher 1 position. In terms of school characteristics, 280 of the participating schools had been in existence for 36 years or more. Moreover, 130 schools, or 43.9%, were classified as medium-sized, and 132 schools, or 44.6%, had 10 to 29 teachers, placing them in medium category. Conclusions. Most respondents were female, middle-aged, and indicating early career development and a strong focus on education, while most of the schools surveyed were established and mid-sized. Recommendation. To support teachers, especially in the early stages of their careers, it is important to establish mentoring programs and support networks, while also encouraging more male teachers to create balanced representation in the profession. This can be achieved through scholarships, additional support, and campaigns in senior high schools to promote education courses. Problem 2. What are the learners' challenging behaviors as observed by teachers in terms of psychological, social, environmental, classroom management issues, and teachers' instruction? Findings. In terms of psychological factors, learners are more prone to irritability and frustration, as indicated by the highest mean score of 3.77. Regarding social factors, learners struggle with reintegrating into peer groups, leading to feelings of isolation and rejection, with a mean score of 3.50. Concerning environmental factors, most learners feel uncomfortable in their seats, prompting frequent movement and a lack of motivation, which is reflected in a mean score of 3.53. Classroom management issues were evident, as many learners rarely participate in real-time discussions and activities. Being accustomed to self-paced, independent learning, this challenge garnered a mean score of 3.24. Lastly, instructional factors highlighted that learners often hesitate to engage in classroom activities, showing reluctance to speak up or share their ideas in group settings with a mean score of 2.95. Conclusions. Learners encounter psychological, social, environmental, instructional obstacles such as isolations and discomfort. Moreover, the transition from self-paced to organized classrooms affects participation and engagement. Therefore, instructional support is required to engage active participation. Thus, strategic interventions are necessary to facilitate the transition back to typical school settings. Recommendations: to support learners dealing with challenging behaviors, struggle with social interactions, and feelings of isolation and rejection, institutions should prioritize effective classroom management, provide counseling and peer mentoring, enhance motivation with interactive learning, foster inclusive participation, provide professional development for educators, and gather regular feedback for improvement. Problem number 3. What are the teachers' strategies in dealing with the learner's challenging behaviors? Findings: in terms of psychological factors, the teachers provide one-on-one counseling or personalized feedback to meet learners' specific psychological needs, with the highest mean score of 4.57. For social factors, the teachers build rapport with students through regular check-ins, active listening, and demonstrating genuine interest in their well-being, achieving the highest mean score of 4.58. Concerning environmental factors, teachers encourage desired behaviors by rewarding students for positive actions, with a mean score of 4.53. In relation to classroom management, teachers use engaging and varied instructional techniques, earning a mean score of 4.55. Finally, regarding instructional practices, teachers give clear and concise instructions, which also receive the highest mean score of 4.58. Conclusions: the teachers manage student behavior through counseling, feedback, and relationships. They foster a supportive environment by praising positive behaviors, adapting engaging instructional strategies, and providing clear direction to reduce challenges. Recommendations: to create a positive learning environment, teachers should recognize challenging behaviors, view behaviors as adaptive and communicative, set clear expectations, build connections, celebrate successes, and show patience and adaptability. Problem number 4. Is there any significant difference in the assessed challenging behaviors of learners when they are grouped according to respondents' type of school? Findings: the result of the Kraskell-Wallis test comparing the respondents' assessment and challenging behaviors of the learners when grouped according to school type revealed the following. First, when schools are categorized based on their number of years in existence, none of the 5 factors were found to be significant. Second, when grouped by the number of students, all indicators were likewise deemed not significant. Lastly, when categorized by the number of teachers, all factors except for classroom management issues showed no significant differences. Conclusions: the number of years in existence and the number of students in a school do not significantly impact learners' challenging behaviors. However, when grouped by the number of teachers, classroom management issues were the only significant factor, suggesting that the number of teachers influences how these behaviors are addressed. The findings highlight that social characteristics, particularly the number of teachers, play a role in managing challenging behaviors. Recommendations: explore other factors that may influence challenging behaviors of learners to create more effective strategies for managing challenging behaviors across different school settings. Problem number 5. Is there any significant difference in the assessed teacher strategies when they are grouped according to personal profile? Findings: it revealed gender-based significance in environmental and classroom organization concern, while psychological and social traits showed no significant differences. Although environmental, psychological, and classroom organization factors were significant for certain age groups, only psychological factors were statistically significant for both younger and older age groups. Overall, teacher strategies varied according to age, educational background, and position, with certain factors proving more influential than others. Conclusions: challenging behaviors varied significantly by age, education, and position, with classroom management and social issues being key factors. However, psychological and instructional factors were generally insignificant, emphasizing the importance of contextual environmental influences in shaping effective behavior management. Recommendation: develop teacher training programs that focus on practical strategies for managing challenging behaviors that consider teachers' ages and experiences. Workshops should emphasize effective classroom management and how to handle social issues, helping teachers develop skills that fit their specific classroom student needs. Thank you so much for your attention throughout this entire presentation.